back to your channel, and if it's your first time here, hi, my name is Kai. We know Kai be going on hiatus, but you know, it's a lot going on, so I'm just coming on here to be vulnerable. Like, I feel like I'm vulnerable, but like I'm not vulnerable with you guys. And if we shed tears, don't judge. We listen and we don't judge, right? So hold on, sorry, I gotta respond to this. But your girl, as always, I just feel like 2024 was probably like one of the worst years of my entire life. And Kaya done been through some stuff. If you know, you know. Like, I done been through probably like one of the most traumatic things that anybody could like go through, and I still feel like 2024 takes the cake. Like, I'm not even joking. Like, it's just like it's just always something. So I took notes, right? Because I was just like, I don't want to forget anything, but let's just really back a little bit, all the way back to February, right? Y'all know that I submitted this package and stuff, right? And I prayed, I cried, I fasted for it, and it worked out, right? And like, it just like, it was like a wedge or like, you know, an obstacle, and I thought that I wasn't gonna get selected or be able to even submit my package, and then God made a way, right? And it's like the entire time I'm literally like, God, like, literally stop it. Don't allow any paperwork, no nothing, to go through if it's not meant for me, right? Okay, cool. He keep opening up doors. I had NCAT. I was supposed to be like a full-time student there, but they didn't get back to me in a timely manner, so I had to go with UNCG and like, you know, stuff like that. And remember, I didn't get accepted into UNC Chapel Hill, so it was just like, you know, like a whole bunch beginning of the year. Beginning of the year started off awful. So I just want to say, like, it's okay to not be okay. Like, I feel like I put on, we're not crying. I put on not necessarily a facade, because 9 times out of 10 when people see me, they see this like happy-go-lucky person, and I'm like all smiles and all that, and not like, I ain't gonna say 90% because that's a lot, like 75-80% of the time that is Kaya, but we're showing the 20 to 25% that like nobody really see unless you like really close to me, because I'm like, I don't be really showing people emotion like that unless like I have to love you enough to like show this side of Kaya, right? So I love y'all, right? But I feel like this year, it's like, you know, you reap the harvest that you sow, right? And I feel like I've planted seeds of doubt, fear, anxiety, and disobedience in my walk of Christ this year, and I'm reaping the benefits of that, you know? And my voice keeps cracking, I'm sorry, y'all, but I feel like this year has really tested my faith, and not in a good way. This year alone, like, it's just been like, like, I don't claim all those, like, I don't claim mental illnesses and stuff. Like, it's just strictly spiritual warfare, and people don't realize that like everything is spiritual. Everything that we go through, it's literally not flesh and blood. I promise you, it's not. It's literally spiritual, every single thing. So it's like I've planted, and I'm reaping the harvest of the seeds that I've planted. So I'm wondering why I just feel like it's always fear all the time, or like I rebel, not necessarily rebel, but like I feel like I haven't put myself, like 2023 was such a good year because I fasted the entire year. Like, there wasn't a month that went by that I didn't fast and pray for something. In this year, I can't even remember like fasting. Like, you know, like I fasted a little bit here and there, but baby, like last year I was so on fire for God. And I'm like, I think it's like me separating and stuff, and like me going from having that comfortability and that accountability in North Dakota to like not having it and being the one who has to bring the accountability and has to bring all the faith. Like not saying like the people that I'm around like don't have faith or they like don't walk with Christ, but you get what I'm saying. Like it's hard to explain, like just going from being around people who are more spiritually equipped than I am to like being the one that is spiritually equipped for people is like mind-boggling. I'm just like, are we sure? Like and it's just like been so much, and it gets to the point like where I am right now, I don't know who Kaya is. Like I'm so sick of crying. Like y'all, I've literally been crying for 4 days straight. Like ain't even gonna hold you, right? So it gets to a point where I don't even know who I am as a person. Like I can look in the mirror and be like, who is that girl? Like I can't see, okay, I can't see the person I was last year. And it's all about growth, but it's like there has been no growth personally. That's what I feel like. And it could have been growth, like, you know, I just don't see it. Like just like comparing like a year's time frame and going into 2025, it's just like I just don't feel like there was any growth on my behalf for 2024 at all, because like I didn't plant seeds of growth, you know. And it's like I can't recognize who Kaya is, like that, not like the person that y'all typically see, like that happy Kaya. Like she's not here right now, you know. And it's like I don't know who I am in Christ either. I just feel like it's like a block, or it's like I don't know, like it's just like something that I just can't really explain. And it's just like, oh, like God, I need you. And it's like things were said to me and like things were prophesied to me, and because I trusted the person that prophesied to me, because they were like, you know, my leader in the church and stuff, like I took it and ran with it instead of taking it and running to God with it and like asking him to confirm it, right? And I just feel like the season that I'm in, like God is so quiet. Like it's probably like so much noise around me, but like also when I get in those quiet places, he's still quiet. And it reminds me of like Esther. I feel like I'm still in the, like, you know, in like the season of Esther, and like God wasn't mentioned, like he didn't speak once the entire book of Esther, but she still found favor with the king. And it's like that's literally what it feels like, but it's like no favor. But no, it really is. It's like favor with my king, my father, right? Because like y'all, when I tell you, there could have been so many times like I like stuff didn't work out and it still worked out this year. Like I'm so grateful, and I'm not coming on here to like sound like a brat. I promise you I'm not. I'm like, God, I'm spoiled, but like I promise it just hurts like in the moment, and it's just like I'm trying not to be angry and frustrated with him. And granted, I've literally expressed to him, and I'm like, I keep saying I need you, and it ain't even the fact of like the prophecies that was spoken over me and stuff. It's the fact that I just want a hug. And then I was like, God, like I know that you can't physically come down and hug me, right? Tell me why. I was on TikTok the other day, and this man was at a movie theater. He was talking about how he was at the movie theater and this guy came to him and like sat beside him, and like they were conversing and stuff. The guy was being annoying, and he was like asking and talking like during the movie and stuff like that. And then like after, he was like the guy was saying something about like believers and superheroes, they sorry y'all, they have something in common, or it was something like along those lines and stuff like that. And he was like, oh yeah, and then the guy like was like, oh yeah, like agreeing with the dude that he didn't know and that was being annoying. And they like shook hands, and he was like, oh, like what's your name? And the dude that was being annoying had a cup in his hand, like the drink, it was like a slushie or it was something, it was just a drink. And he was like, what's your name? And they shook hands, and he was like, Jesus. And then he disappeared, y'all, and the cup fell on the ground. And I was like, so, and he was like, I literally, Jesus, now I can say it's Jesus. Jesus literally was like, I'm on the earth all the time. So I'm like, you be on the earth and I asked you for a hug. Y'all, it can literally be in a dream. I would take being in a dream and hugging Jesus. That's how bad I want to hug from him. And just knowing that he's there and knowing that he can comfort me even in a dream, and like knowing that he hasn't abandoned me. And it was like, why would I see that? Because like a lot of the stuff that like I've like been prophesied to has been like on my timeline and stuff. And for one, I need to get off of social media, because I'm like, I just want to log out, because the spirit of comparison is real. And I was just like, you literally can do that, and I simply asked you for a hug, and you're gonna put that on my timeline? Because I didn't think that you like would come down to earth. Whole time you be roaming the earth, and I asked for a hug. So it's like it's just, I need to just get off social media. But y'all, when I tell you, it's so freaking much. And like I can't even recall a time where I've had like a week straight of just like peace and joy. I feel like I have earthly joy, like the things that come to me, like I'm happy about, but like I don't have godly joy this year. Like this year was like, that's what we're not about to do. Like you're not about to have joy this year. And joy is internal. It's something that like is harvested in you. Happiness is what goes on around you. I haven't harvested joy. I haven't opened up the door for joy, because like it's always in the back of my mind, when some goes good, some gonna go wrong, you know? So, and I'm like but it's a lot, and I want to come on here and be vulnerable. I can't believe I allowed y'all to literally see me cry, because Kaya does not cry. I cry a lot, but I don't cry on social media. I used to be one of those people, like, not necessarily laughing, but laughing at people, because it's like they would force themselves to cry, or like cry and then like try to make themselves cry again. And I'm like, I'm trying not to cry. I'm like, this is authentic, this is Kaya, this is organic, like, you know, like I'm just like, I have gone through the ringer the entire year. And I don't think that, I think like the class, like my ROTC classes have just like put even more on me, because it's like so many deadlines and like so many expectations and stuff. And it's a little bit harder too, because like I come in like already like my sophomore year and like having to meet certain deadlines, whereas the people, they've had like a year or like in the program already, you know? And it's just like, okay. Like I really don't know how anything is gonna work out. Like I have a deadline, y'all, literally in 3 days to be medically qualified, and they haven't even started the waiver for my shellfish allergy and for me having astigmatism. And the military literally didn't let me know that I had the contract within 24 hours in order for my separation form to stay valid and in order to receive my scholarship. So for one, I'm not even receiving my scholarship. They just be like, they just put on there, you have the contract within 24 hours of separation. Okay, cool. Like, I don't really know how that's gonna work, because y'all wasn't paying for my, y'all didn't pay for my plane ticket home, and I had to ship my, like I had to drive my car. Y'all, North Dakota is 25 hours away from Virginia, well, North Carolina. How is that possible? And what about the people that live overseas? Like, you know, like you get what I'm saying? So it's just like, it just wasn't logical like y'all can give people a week. Yeah, so for one, luckily I have my GI Bill, right? That and my FAFSA covering my tuition, because I'm not even on scholarship right now. And I don't even know how we're gonna do that and get that covered. And then like my form, I wouldn't even have to go through this if they literally would have told me that so much stuff was on the line if I like would have contracted within 24 hours. Because my medical separation form, like my medical clearance form, I wouldn't even had to go through this whole medical process. And probably I'm gonna get like, you know, kicked out of the program, and I don't even know if I have to go back in because technically my 4-year is up, but I'm like, I don't know if I have to go and like, you know, complete 4 or 5 more months to say that I did like a full 4 years. I really don't know what's going on, and I most definitely will update y'all because I'm like, I really don't know if I'm even gonna be in the program next semester. So all the hell that I went through this year to submit this package is in vain. Like, you know, it doesn't even matter anymore. So yeah, unless God pulls some strings today or tomorrow and I'm able to use my form some way, shape, or form, cool. If not, we really don't know what's going on. So now you see, like, it's literally always been something. The entire year has been, it's been something, and God has made a way. So I'm like, I'm expecting him to make a way this time, but I'm just like, let's be logical here, you know? But yeah, thanks for listening to Kai's TED Talk. I think that's like all the notes and stuff that I like really wanted to like touch on and like update y'all, because I'm like, I didn't have the mental capacity to do a lot this year, and I feel like I took so much for granted. Like, I didn't even get to enjoy the college experience and make as many friends as I know I could have or wanted to, because I was literally, I've been in survival mode all 2024. Like, I haven't had a time to just like even when I separated and stuff, I still have stuff to do pertaining like finding a place. I literally just got a job. That was a whole, the finances was another thing. Like, I blew through my savings, and it was a whole thing. And like, I literally, like, the GI Bill I'm using, they're paying my rent, right? But like the months that like I just didn't know like when it was gonna hit my account, so I was in fear of like literally getting evicted from my apartment. Y'all, it's literally been a hell of a year. I went through straight hell all 2024, and I don't think people understand that. And I'm like, I'm not even like, I'll be trying to downplay it because I'm like, oh, people go through harder things, but no, like I can't compare myself. Like, my story is my story, and I went through hell this year. Like, it was bad the entire year. I'm just like, if I feel like Job, like at this point, like just call me Job 2.0. Because I'm just like, oh, like I literally had so much stripped from me mentally and physically. I was so stressed, I literally lost over 20 pounds this semester. Yeah, because I wasn't eating. Yeah. Yeah, I keep telling y'all, your girl really went through it. And every time I'd be like, oh, I went through it, it'd be like little small stuff. No, this year alone put me through hell and high water, right? Yeah. But that's a life update. I really don't know how anything is gonna work out. I'm trusting in God, but I'm also trying to be realistic, because 3 days to not even have a waiver started, signed, routed, nothing. Yeah. So I probably won't even be in a program next year. I'm believing that I'll be in a program next year. But all of my friends that I've made in ROTC, I haven't made friends at UNCG, but all of my ROTC friends, I thank you for making this semester bearable, because I literally went through hell and you guys made it a little bit more bearable, even though some of you were the ones who stressed me out because of the class. Love ya. But thanks for coming and listening to Kai's TED Talk. Sorry for the tears. I told you we was gonna shed a few thug tears, 1, 2, or 3, right? And we did just that. So yeah, but don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your mama, daddy, cat friend, uncle, dog, hog, mom to come and support your girl, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.